Hey everybody and welcome! Today we are going to learn how to add ribbing to the end of a project. This will be useful for any pattern that is worked from the top down, whether that's a garment like the Modern Mary pullover or just a simple beanie. So let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so to begin, start by chaining the number stated in the pattern. I'm personally chaining 6. You're then going to kind of move your work like so. We're going to be moving, you're going to be working back down the ribbing. And you're going to single crochet in the back loop down the ribbing again. So second chain from hook, 1, 2, find that back loop by turning your chain and place 1 single crochet. And you're going to be doing that in each chain down. So again, working back down the chain, placing your hook in the back loop and making 1 single crochet. Once you reach the bottom, you will now slip stitch into the next 2 stitches. So you see where you've placed the last chain in that stitch. You're now going to slip stitch into the next 2 stitches like so. Placing your yarn through, yarning over, and pulling straight through each loop. Do that one more time. You're then going to turn your work, and it does get a little bit cumbersome, definitely if you're working with a garment like me, but it's worth it, guys. So now you just need to make sure that you're going to place your hook in the right stitch, working back up the ribbing. You can do that by counting the number of stitches down from the ribbing. So I should have 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'll be working into that stitch. Or since you're skipping 2 slip stitches, just count those over and work into the 3rd stitch. I will be placing a single crochet in the back loop of that bottom stitch like so, yarning over and pulling through, yarning over, pulling through 2. Again, place 1 single crochet in the back loop of each stitch, working back up the ribbing like so. When you come to the last stitch, I personally place my hook under both of the loops. That will ensure that the ribbing has a nice clean edge. You're then going to chain 1 and turn your work, preparing to work back down the ribbing. You are then going to place your hook in the back loop of the next stitch, like so. I'm placing 1 single crochet, and you're going to do that the entire way down. So again, place 1 single crochet in the back loop, like so. And again, down each stitch, working your way back down the ribbing. You are then going to slip stitch 2 times just like you did before. And as you can see, we've worked in this stitch right there. So we're going to slip stitch again in the next 2 stitches. 1 and 2. You're then going to turn your work again and prepare yourself to work back up the ribbing. Again, skipping those 2 slip stitches and working into the next stitch. Again, it's going to be a single crochet in the back loop in each stitch, working back up the ribbing. And guys, that's the repeat. That's all there is to making ribbing at the end of a project. So stick with me. I'm going to work my way around this sleeve, and then I'll show you how to join the last row and the first row together. Okay, as you can see, I've made ribbing all the way around the sleeve. Whoop whoop. And I'm just going to place this last stitch, just to let you know that's my first row. And I'm going to place my last back loop single crochet, and then I'm going to slip stitch into the very first row's stitch. So as you can see right there, I'm going to slip stitch into that, and then we are ready to seam our last row and our first row together. And to do that, I grab my last row and my first row like so, and I fold them like this. That way we are slip stitching on the wrong side of your work. I'm going to show you again. So this is the right side of my work. I grab the last row and the first row and simply fold it like this. Go ahead and grab your hook and let's start those slip stitches back up the ribbing. Okay, to begin, I personally place my hook through the front loop of the last row of ribbing and through both loops of the first row of ribbing, like so, and then I slip stitch. So I'll say that again. I know that's kind of a lot. I go through the front loop of the last row of ribbing, right there, and I go through both loops of the first row of ribbing. And I do that in each stitch across and slip stitch. And I only do that because it gives it the effect that it's almost seamless. But you are more than welcome to go through both loops of each row. It's really not that big of a deal. I just like the look of the finished piece better. So again, continue doing that all the way back up the ribbing. And in the last stitch, I personally go through both loops of each, again, just to keep that nice clean edge. You're then going to chain one, cut your yarn, and then pull it through to finish it off and tie it off. And that's it. Woohoo! Guys, you just added ribbing to the bottom of a project. Good job! Thank you so very much for following along with me. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to place them down below. I will try to respond as fast as I can. But other than that, I hope this helped you, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Happy making!